Welcome back, YouTube. Thanks for joining me again on Top 10 Beyond the Screen. I'm your host Joss, and I'm excited for today's video because I am doing a part 2 of one you guys really liked. But before I get into it, make sure you guys subscribe and follow us on social media. Our links are in the description below. Hang out with me until the end of this video where I'm going to respond to some comments from our part 1 video. Raise your hand if you're a Marvel fan. I know there is a ton of you out there, and what better combination than Marvel with a little bit of Hollywood gossip. That's right, you guys loved my video, Top 10 Actors Marvel Will Never Hire. So here's part 2. Starting off our list at number 10 is Leonardo DiCaprio. The incredibly successful actor had meetings to discuss taking the role of Robin in Batman Forever and also the role of Spider-Man when Sam Raimi launched the franchise. The conclusions of the meetings? Apparently he turned down both of the roles. During an interview with the Shortlist back in 2016, Leo was asked if he actually wanted the role as Robin, to which Leo replied, and I quote, "I don't think I did, no. As I recall, I took the meeting but didn't want to play the role." The movie didn't end up receiving very good ratings, so the interviewer asked him if he felt he dodged a bullet, and he had nothing to say, he just laughed. He went on to speak about the Spider-Man role, and he said it was a similar situation to the Robin role. He turned down the role because he didn't want it at the time. I mean, once people keep coming to you to take on their superhero roles and you keep denying them, eventually they are going to stop. And it looks like they did. He has yet to take on another superhero meeting ever since. At number 9, we have Andrew Garfield, who we know played the iconic Spider-Man hero at one point in time. Most people thought he did a good job, but the internet has also titled him as the least relevant Spider-Man actor. Sony had big plans for Mark Webb's amazing Spider-Man franchise, but that all ended when Marvel got the rights to Spider-Man. Not long after the rights were gained by Marvel, 2 Amazing Spider-Man sequels were cancelled and the role of Spidey was recast for his appearance in Captain America Civil War. Yep, Garfield was out of his superhero role. There's no definite reason as to why Marvel didn't keep him for the role, but most people are thinking they wanted to leave the Sony legacy behind and start fresh with their own. If they really liked him as Spider-Man, they definitely would have just continued with him. I think they made it pretty clear by cancelling his 2 sequels and finding a new actor. Taking the number 8 spot is Shailene Woodley, the actress best known for her roles in Fault in Our Stars and the movie series Divergent. One role people don't know about is that she actually got to play the role as Mary Jane Watson in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. She was casted for the role and even filmed all of her scenes. However, during post-production, Woodley's scenes ended up being cut from the movie. Marvel ended up snatching up Spider-Man from Sony, but Woodley was no longer playing Mary Jane. As the franchise went on, Marvel has never asked her to come back as Mary Jane, nor have they offered her any other role, and one can only guess why. At number 7, we have Jensen Ackles, the Hollywood heartthrob from the TV series Supernatural. Back when Marvel was casting for Avengers, Ackles was one of many actors who auditioned for the role of Captain America. Obviously he didn't get the role, and apparently he wasn't happy about it. Reports say that the actor took it pretty hard and was one to hold a grudge. Later on, Marvel came to him with the offer to play Hawkeye, but he refused, stating that he had scheduling conflicts with Supernatural. No one was buying that excuse because no conflicts appeared when he auditioned for Captain America while filming his show. Reports went on to say that his reasoning was questionable because his schedule clearly allowed him to take on the role as Captain America if he would have gotten it. But he missed out on the role as Hawkeye, and the role went to Jeremy Renner instead. He probably felt it was a consolation prize from Marvel and his ego wouldn't let him take it. That's probably the last offer Marvel will give him too, since he wasn't one to politely decline. Sliding into number 6, we have Armie Hammer, an actor who has been rumored for a number of different superhero roles. All of those rumored roles were in the DCEU. He has never actually appeared in any comic book movie adaptation, DCEU, or the MCU. Marvel hasn't expressed any interest, or at least any that we can find on the internet. Fans have wondered why he hasn't actually gone past the rumored roles and actually booked any. It's no surprise that rumored roles often get back to the casting director and production team, but apparently not enough to spark an actual interest for him playing the part. It might might have to do with his reputation, as he's known for having no sense of impulse control when it comes to his social media, Twitter especially. He has no problem voicing his opinions, and his rash reactions have made him the center of attention, but not in a good way. He ended up deleting his Twitter account after a web portal aired all of his dirty laundry. So maybe Marvel did hear about the rumors for the roles, but didn't pursue him for the part because of his very unprofessional reputation. Halfway through our list at number 5 is ELIZA DUSHKU, the actress who is best known for her role in Buffy the Vampire Slayer and its spin-off series Angel. Back when Marvel announced the Black Widow would be appearing in Iron Man 2, a number of actresses were rumored for the role. But there was one actress who went completely out of her way to launch a full-on internet campaign for the part, and that actress was ELIZA. She began campaigning very early on and was receiving a lot of support and interest from fans for her campaign. A lot of people were expecting her to land the role because of it. Apparently, the people she wanted to be interested in her campaign weren't, those people being Marvel. Reports say that there has been many opportunities to cast her for roles, but she has never even been given the chance. People have said that there was no way Marvel didn't see her campaign, as it received an overwhelming amount of attention and interest. It just didn't receive any from them and never has. At number 4 we have Joaquin Phoenix. The actor has a list of different movies on his successful resume, but none of them being a Marvel movie. This isn't because of a lack of opportunity either. It turns out he's had plenty of opportunity to star in the MCU. It was no secret at the time that Marvel wanted Joaquin for the role of Doctor Strange, and not just to have a meeting for the role, it was actually offered to him. During an interview with Time Out London, he told them that he turned down the role because he didn't see his sensibilities meshing well with big tentpole franchise universe building. He then went on to say that the franchise, in quotes, has gotten better. He admitted, "I flirted with several of those films, having meetings and getting close, but ultimately it never felt like they'd really be fulfilling." Ouch, that must have been hard for Marvel to hear. I think it was easier to move on from the idea of having him a part of the MCU after hearing that. No one wants to hire someone who doesn't see an MCU role as fulfilling, which is crazy to me because a role like that is a dream come true to 99% of the world's population. Alright guys, at number 3 we have Tom Cruise. It was a very popular headline at the time that the actor was #1 in line to play MCU's Tony Stark in Iron Man. The action star has been attached to the role in some way since the early 1990s, way before the MCU even got off the ground. Marvel approached Cruise with the role when it first decided to make Iron Man, which was the first movie in the cinematic universe, so kind of a big deal. Turns out Cruise changed his mind about the role and turned down the offer. If he would have taken the role, it would have made him co-producer as well, but he said he declined it because he didn't like where the script ended up. During a 2016 appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live, he confessed that he likes comic book movies but is content just making Mission Impossible films. The MCU moved forward without him and he did the same. Seems like there's no bad blood between the two universes, but it's clear that Marvel can't count on Cruise for future roles, and Cruise doesn't seem to want them anyways. Taking over the number 2 spot is Ronda Rousey. Yes, the former UFC champion. It took the MCU a long time to give one of its female heroes her own movie, and when they did, Ronda wanted the part. When Marvel announced that Captain Marvel would be getting her own movie, everyone was thrilled and speculations on the casting began immediately. A number of different actresses came forward offering their skills and talent, but no one was as vocal as this UFC fighter who claimed she wanted the role more than anyone. She began talking about it early on in 2015 and put a lot of effort into campaigning herself for the role. Her fans helped her out by creating fan art with her in the Captain Marvel suit. The online buzz she was creating was so big that it got back to Marvel's president Kevin Feige, who said he really liked all the fan art he saw. When asked about Ronda taking on the role, he admitted that they often go through actors bulking up and taking on the superhero role versus someone like a wrestler who you chance on being an amazing performer. Although he liked the buzz his movie was getting by all of Ronda's fan art, she wasn't actually considered for the role. Let's face it, she's not an actor. She's made some small appearances in The Expendables 3, Furious 7, and Entourage, but hasn't always received positive feedback for her acting skills. She's always been known as the badass UFC fighter with a short temper, and some fans say she should stick to fighting. Once the casting took place, reports say that Ronda had a temper with not getting the role and didn't want to comment on the subject when asked about it in interviews. Being a poor sport just gives Marvel more reason not to consider her for other future roles. Taking our number 1 spot is Matthew McConaughey. We can't even be surprised to find out that the successful actor has gotten scripts from both Marvel and DC. In October 2015, 2015, Variety reported that McConaughey passed on a major Marvel role. This had fans wondering how he could possibly turn down an offer like that. Later on in January 2017, he told Playboy why he said no to Ego the Living Planet, and he said, I quote, "I like Guardians of the Galaxy, but what I saw was it's successful and now we've gotten room to make a colorful part for another big name actor. I'd feel like an amendment." Okay then, so it seems like the big name actor thinks he's too good for the film and that they were just trying to use his success for their benefits. I think Marvel is aware of their own success and won't be offering anything else to him in the future. Alright guys, that was fun. There is our part 2 list of actors that Marvel will never hire. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and for now let's check out some comments from part 1. Kelvin Maynor says, "Definitely wasn't watching Catwoman for the storyline, wink." Well, thank you for your honesty, and you're probably not the only one. Crystal Seacrest says, "Now stalking you on Facebook, wink face." Well, I'm flattered, but I really don't use Facebook that much. Instagram is my go-to. Major Dodson says, "You gotta be a Trump voter." I'm not sure how you got that opinion from my video, but for the record, I'm Canadian, so he did not receive any votes from me. Sir Chop says, "If you're not a fan of Marvel, you need to run away and live under a rock." Hey, you said it, not me. But I agree. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications before you go. I'm your host Joss, and I'll see you next time.